So welcome everybody to this webinar dedicated to the opportunities offered to artificial intelligence businesses in the Paris region, especially in the crisis that we know. We are talking about new support schemes and specific reactions from the Paris region AI ecosystem to the crisis. So, I'm your moderator today. I am Thomas.fauvel. I'm Deeptech industry expert here at Choose Paris region. Follow the news and the different topics on my Twitter and my LinkedIn, and don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime. Our agenda today is simple. We will have a short presentation of our agency. Then I present the Paris region AI ecosystem and especially a focus on the Paris region 2021 AI plan. Then we'll dive in the response to the crisis with a great panel and some surprises. To begin, let me introduce you to Isabelle Hill. Hello, Isabelle.
Hello.
You are the director of the Paris Artificial Intelligence Research Institute called PRAIRIE at INRIA.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be here and thank you for the invitation. I will be happy to present PRAIRIE in a few words.
Yes, thank you for being with us today, and you will talk soon about it. Thank you. So then we have Xavier Fischer. Xavier, are you online? I know that you are very busy these days implementing your solutions on the field. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Xavier, yes. You co-founded a pure deep tech and AI startup called Datakalab. Thanks for sharing your experience with us today. You decided to adapt your technology to COVID-19, and we will hear you explain why and how in a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So today we will have two more speakers that will join us, and some are already online. I hope they will be available, so stay with us until the end to discover them. I work for the governmental non-profit agency Choose Paris region. It is the premier business and innovation catalyst supporting international companies with their development in the Paris region. Our team of 80 dedicated professionals across Europe, the US, and China brings their deep market and industry expertise to international businesses willing to set up in our beautiful region. To make it simple, we help creating jobs with foreign investments. Choose Paris region services are confidential and free of charge. We support international companies at every steps of the process, from the discovery steps, the first stages when you ask questions, to planning, setting up, and even after you set up, we help accelerating companies. We have a team of experts in every industries. Do you know why? Paris region is a multi-specialized region that concentrates decision centers in all those sectors. Today, we will focus, of course, on artificial intelligence businesses, my specialty. Before I go on talking, our speakers and me would like to know you better. So please answer a first quick warm-up poll. This is just for fun. Ready, steady, go. So you have 10 seconds to answer. What are you looking for by attending to this webinar? Insights to decide whether you invest in France or not, news about the Paris region to stay up to date, or just reasons for hope. I hope it's not only reasons for hope. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So you guessed that, yes, most of you are looking for news. But I hope that the 25% of people hesitating on investing or not in France will have more insight today and will decide the right way. So let's go on. So let's talk about the startup and R&D ecosystem with a special focus on AI. So Paris region is truly a startup region. Feel welcome in one of the 650 innovation centers, such as incubators, accelerators, and co-working spaces. This rich ecosystem is really mature and efficient. The one you see here is, of course, the famous Station F. You maybe heard about it. This is the world's largest startup campus with 1,000 startups spread in 30 different corporate accelerators. In one place, it's really amazing. I would say that there is really a good momentum in Paris for VC funding. Paris region represents every year 2/3 of VC investments in France. And in 2019, France nearly reached 5 billion euros. So for Paris region, 3.5. To add to this description of our ecosystem, take a look at this figure. We have 1,200 R&D labs, which counts for 60% of private R&D. The Paris region offers a perfect ecosystem for deep tech businesses. Its R&D expenditure is 3 times higher than the one from Greater London. On the right, you can see an example of one of the research-intensive areas around Paris. This is Paris-Saclay, 40 minutes southwest from Notre Dame. It's really amazing. It's combining universities, research centers, private and public. It's really something to visit one day to have a whole view of the R&D ecosystem in France. Question 2. Before I go on, I would like to test your reaction and your knowledge on another topic. So let's go. How many labs working on AI are based in Paris region? So 150, 600, 1,200. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It seems that you are very generous. The question is how many are working only on AI, but don't worry. Let's go. So the results are, you guessed that we have 600 labs working on AI. I wished so, but we have, I remind you that we have research in every sector, not only IT. So the right answer was 150 pure AI labs, which is, if you think about it, really an amazing figure. So let's go with this description of some of the main research institutes in computer sciences. PRAIRIE, which is today one of the speakers, it's a brand new interdisciplinary state AI research institutes gathering scientists from 5 major French academics and 20 major international companies. There is also the INRIA, which is really an important research center with 700 researchers, and it's really making some top international, fundamental, and applied research. In Paris-Saclay, we have a CEA list with 800 researchers and Systemex with 120 engineers and researchers in applied science. So these different research centers work with the industry every day. In this topic, I would remind you that we are the country of Descartes. We are the country of enlightenment. France has a long track record of science and mathematics champions. We keep up to this math excellence in all the engineering schools that you see here, and also universities. For instance, here is a list of some of the source of talents we have in Paris region only to solve most of the challenging AI issues you have. A proof, one last proof is the list of international investment in research and development centers in Paris region. The Paris region already concentrates 40% of the world French R&D expenditures in AI. We are at your service if you want to be part of this ecosystem too. I don't forget business development. Most of you have this in mind, of course. So there are 3 major rendezvous to meet the AI ecosystem at the end of the year. Not in your long-term agenda also, that Paris region will host a world-class international scientific conference in artificial intelligence in 2023. So I will keep you posted. Let's talk now about how AI in Paris region will have a fast rebound. Now, there's never been a better time to scale a startup in France. Digital adoption is accelerating. Only 15% of the economy is online today. Think about the potential in health, public sector, industry, financial services. The ecosystem in France is also well capitalized, and VCs are going on their investments. And last, government institutions are in place to provide many supports where needed. So let's present some of these public supports. French companies can benefit from a series of exceptional relief measures that I would be happy to present in a 2 hours webinar. But deep tech companies can rely on one big thing, the French R&D tax credit. That's why I have a third question for you. What is the R&D tax credit rate in France? Select one or more option, 1 or 2 options. Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Is it 60%? So I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! The right answer is, people think, I think that people are quite good. The average and normal rate is 30%. Some of you have answered 60%, and you're right in certain case. When you hire a young PhD, you can have a 60% rate on his wages. So you imagine that with such figures, the French R&D tax credit is really one of the top in the world. So on top of this national R&D tax credit, other initiatives such as the innovation loan and the regional Atout and rebound loans are dedicated to supporting innovative SMEs and meet the urgent needs in terms of cash flow of these startups since the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak. The state guaranteed loan supported by the government, so it supports corporate financing up to 300 billion euros. As a guarantor, the state is making sure businesses have access to financial resources to continue their activity and preserve employment. So reach out to me for more details after the webinar. So it's breaking news. The Safe Travel Challenge, organized by Choose Paris Region Group ADP, Aéroports de Paris, Airports of Paris, and the region is open now. So, in addition to Paris Charles de Gaulle and Paris Orly, the two main airports of Paris, Group ADP manages 24 airports in several countries with 235 million passengers per day. So what does this challenge stand for? The Safe Travel Challenge is looking for innovation in the following areas: prevention, detection, and new services. These are areas where we want to restore confidence in air travel, both at the airport and on the passenger's entire journey from city to the airport. The call for application is open until 20th of May to international and French companies that have a commercially available product or solution that is ready for implementation within the next 3 months. Selected companies will be granted the opportunity to partner with the Paris region and Group ADP and roll out of its solutions in world-class airports. So I wanted to talk about this Paris region 2021 AI plan, which was decided by our president of the Paris Regional Council, Valérie Pécresse. It's an ambitious plan, and she wanted Paris region to become the capital of AI. So let's see how. Paris region AI plan includes different approaches to support actors investing in artificial intelligence in Paris region. One of them is called Paris region AI challenges, the last point in this slide. The very first AI challenge was in 2019. We received 100 applications, among which 30 were international. One of the 4 winners, Smartify, is a British company that chose Paris region to grow. The last one was an AI challenge for health. Dauphine, a French-American company, has been awarded a 1.5 million euros grant to finance their R&D works in collaboration with researchers and doctors from Gustave Roussy Institutes near Paris. This research aims to develop artificial intelligence tools that contribute to the fight against breast cancer. And the region makes artificial intelligence also a lever for reindustrialization. That's why the AI Challenge for Industry has been launched end of last year in partnership with Michelin and SNCF, the national rail company, which made their data available to solve computer vision and mobility prediction issues. The winner will be announced soon. But let's talk about an open call, or nearly open. Just after a summer, we will have a challenge. This will be the next version of the Paris Region AI Challenge for Industry, and it will be dedicated to predictive maintenance in the aircraft sectors, always sponsored by the Paris region. The industrial partner is, on this occasion, Dassault Aviation, the famous private jet manufacturer. A qualified and substantial database will be made available to the candidates, and a grant of €500,000 will be awarded to the company selected to collaborate with Dassault. And you just have to know that not only money will be given, but you will also benefit from an in-depth support from experts and from the Dassault team. It's also an exclusive news. It's the first time we announce this other AI challenge for health, which is, of course, a priority for the Paris region. So in 2020, the Paris region will also launch one more challenge dedicated to oncology in partnership with the APHP. You know, it gathers 39 hospitals of Paris and the Marie Curie Institutes. and also the Gustave Roussy Institutes. So I hope that you will apply to this. So one last thing is the Paris Region AI Pack. It's only for Paris region companies. So it is made to support SMEs and mid-caps to adopt AI. Because the Paris Region AI Pack is made to fund 50% of the costs of let's say 40K euro proof of concept. And it offers also a secured platform and expertise. So if you want to be part of this list of solution providers in one or more of the 100 cases that will be funded, just contact me. I would be glad to tell you more about this. This is a great opportunity to start business development in Paris region. So it's time now to begin the panel presentations. So Isabelle, you, as I said at the very beginning of the webinar, you are director of PRAIRIE, and you will introduce us to this beautiful institution. So I let you speak about it.
Thank you. So I am pleased to present the Paris AI Research Institute, that is, which is one of the 4 institutes created under the French AI plan announced by President Macron. If you need more information, you can see the website address. PRAIRIE has formally been created in September, so we are still at the beginning of the adventure. The university landscape of Paris is very rich, and PRAIRIE has the particularity to be a transversal project federating several academic institutions within Paris. You have 2 large research organizations, CNRS and INRIA, 2 universities, PSL and Université de Paris, and also a well-known institute dedicated to biology and medicine, that is Institut Pasteur. It is also supported by many large groups from different fields, as you can see. You have major internet players, but you can also see PSA, a car manufacturer, or automotive suppliers, energy suppliers, and so on. So we have a very large panel of partners, and we are looking for more partners if possible. The core of the institute is a group of shareholders. Next slide, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, they are top researchers, 45 top researchers with numerous distinctions and covering subjects ranging for the core of AI, like machine learning and optimization. You can see computer vision, natural language processing, robotics, but also cognition, psychology. So you have very different topics, and also specialists of biology and medicine, because the main but not exclusive application domains are health, environment, and transportation. So we are trying to cover a lot of topics. For now, we have no specialist of social sciences, but we are looking for some. The institute also supports teaching programs, startup creation, and so on, rather by relying on the skills of partners than by adding new layers in the well-known French millefeuille. It benefits from the very rich ecosystem of the Paris region. For example, we have support from competitiveness clusters like Digital, that is dedicated to numerical science and medicine, more on health. Incubators like Agoranov and Paris Biotech Santé, also startups, funds, and so on. And it is also connected to an international partners network in Europe, Canada, US, so you can see a lot of well-known institutions. and some in Asia, only Singapore for now, but we are looking for some other partners. So we really try to have a high-level scientific groups of people to be one of the top institutions in the world, and covering all the academic fields, from research, help to innovation, education, and so on. So this was a very quick overview of PRAIRIE. I can answer questions later if you want, but for now, I will give the floor to Jamal Atif, who is part of PRAIRIE, and who will present you a very new and very exciting project.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Isabelle. Thank you, Thomas, for the invitation. I'm gonna just tell you a few words about a project or an initiative we are working on. It's very related to PRAIRIE. Its name in France is Face au virus. We can translate it to fighting the virus, or aka data against corona, COVID-19. Well, I have to mention that we started this project by being contacted by Mairie de Paris, by and other people from Île-de-France region. And after this this first contact, we decided to create a team, which is now very, very large, to see how AI and data sciences can help managing the corona outbreak. So it's today an informal, open initiative involving civil researchers from PRAIRIE, from PSL University, from CNRS and INRIA, and we have people joining us almost every week. So we, I can today tell that we have people from Université de Paris, from INSERM, and from other institutions. Our initiative also involves startups developers and independent developers. Well, just 2 words about how PRAIRIE was key to build the team. So thanks to PRAIRIE, we had access to very valuable data from Facebook. We know that one of the key elements to try to manage the outbreak is to have access to mobility data. So thanks to PRAIRIE and its partners, we have now data from Facebook, and we are working on. As I said before, it was very, very easy to build a team. Well, I just sent an email to PRAIRIE shareholders, and several large part of them answered my email, and we are now working together since almost 1 month. Okay, the Île-de-France ecosystem was also key here. So we have access to Facebook data, but we have also access to other valuable data from geomarketing SMEs and startups. I mentioned just one of them here in the slide is Surf Street, but we have other data providers that are helping us not only by providing data, but also by helping us with their expertise on processing these kind of data. The objectives of our initiative are to build a decision aid tools, or to build decision aid tools for COVID outbreak by using these mobility data from Facebook and from other geomarketing SMEs. How to and for what? We one of our objectives is to help the authorities, for instance, by deploying the serological tests, evaluate the dequarantined policies, and prevent the restart of the pandemic. We are developing new algorithms, meta-population epidemiological models, machine learning algorithms to forecast what will happen in, let's say, next week, and develop indicators for frequency and interpersonal contacts. We are working also on an app for route planning and several other monitoring tools.
So, hi everyone. My name is Xavier Fischer, so I'm the CEO of Datakalab. We are a computer vision company, so we develop computer vision algorithms to detect staffs within videos. Before creating Datakalab, I used to work in Palo Alto in the US for a company named Emotions. We got acquired by Apple in 2016 to make Face ID, so all the facial recognition stuff. And with my brother and our third partner, we found out in 2016 that because of all the rules, GDPR, etc., coming in Europe and all the values that we have here, there was a place to create like a company that develop edge computing algorithms. What I say by edge computing is that we have the capability to like do a lot of processing of images on a camera. Our goal is to like extract data from a video, but not store anything, because we don't want to like send data of people to the cloud. So we got very impacted by the COVID-19 crisis, and during the first weeks of the coronavirus confinement in France, we developed two algorithms. First one to detect masks. So as Thomas was showing it right at the beginning, we developed an algorithm that is able to quantify if people are wearing a mask or not. Of course, this video is very prototypical. We are doing like some domain adaptation to make it happen in real conditions. And the second algorithm that we developed was a distanciation algorithm to see if people are far from the other, etc. Our main advantage is that we have the capability to deploy on thousands of cameras, because our products help to process the video flux from the camera. Like that, in 100 milliseconds, the video is processed, and what you send to your cloud is a batch of data and nothing more. No video, of course, this is not legal, but more than that, you don't have problem of storage, etc. So with that, and the total respect of GDPR that we developed, right now you can see like the 2-3 technical stuff that we built, but we are now in a discussion with the CNIL because we did all the stuff that we had to do, and we wanted to contact them to be sure that everything was completely 100% GDPR. We installed our cameras in different places, such as public transports, different cities in France, such as Cannes, for instance, and I'm going to give you a few data about that. We are working directly with the mayor. So we found out on 3 different grocery stores that the level of mask is 74%. 74% of people that go in the grocery store wear a mask. And this is very helpful for the mayor, because he gave a mask to everyone, and he wanted to be sure that people are wearing the mask. And what we are finding out is that with our data, so we are able to monitor how many people wear a mask every 15 minutes, we can quantify the impact of public policies or public speaking. So each time the mayor speaks and say people have to wear a mask, you can see that the level goes up, and with time it goes down. So our goal is to develop a statistical tool that respects GDPR to be able to bring this data to the world using camera. Of course, I mean, we are completely transparent about what we do. We use the sensor that is camera, but no one have access to the video. And this is what we explained today. I mean, everyone is scared about what can be done in China, for instance, with social scoring, etc. The goal, and what we try to explain every day, is that the problem is not technology, it's the usage of data. And what we have developed is a GDPR-friendly product, but secondly, we developed like ethical condition within our company. And each time we work with a customer, for instance, we make them agree that they won't use the data to send that to the cops or to do any kind of copying. So the goal is to bring this data to be able to, for instance, let's say that you are a Groupe Auchan, which is a big retailer in France, and that you have 1 million masks that you want to give to your customers in the next 2 months. We will be able, with those small cameras, to give data on how many people wear the mask in Paris and in Cannes and in all the cities where Auchan is implemented. And the idea is that in those periods, what we try to bring is like unique data to help either you're a mayor, either you're the president, either you're a developer at Datakalab, a data that is helpful to understand how to deal with the supply chain of masks, because a very simple equation, a mask costs €2. We are 62 million persons in France, so we cannot give a mask to every single French during the next year every day. So the goal is to really be able to manage those stocks, because we all know the problems that we can get to order sums, etc. So this is the first thing that we do. Second one, buses, for instance. We are able to analyze how many people are in a bus, the distances between people, and this helps to deploy new buses. So we are not at all doing anything to control. The goal is to understand that, for instance, Monday morning, if there are 10 buses that are deployed and that 1,000 people want to take the bus, and that the buses are, let's say, 10 meters long, it won't be enough for everyone to respect the social distances. So we have developed software that can integrate in either some cameras that we bring, either cameras that are already integrated in all the systems I mentioned, and that helps us to like get those statistics. To put it in a nutshell, and before answering any questions, I want to make a very simple parallel to explain what we do. Each day in France, a lot of babies are born, and the French government publish statistics to tell how many babies are male, how many babies are female. We do exactly the same thing for masks. We don't want to know the social security number of the parents of the babies. I mean, it's not useful to anyone. This is exactly what we do. We don't do facial recognition. Our goal is only to bring this data to the world and to explain that, statistically speaking, it can be helpful to know that.
Thank you very much, Xavier. I understand that the situation for you is more an opportunity to give the best of your technology than really a disaster. So how are you coping with this change? You are a startup. You benefited from the government support?
Yeah. I mean, we got helped by the Île-de-France region, so we got supported by public helps before everything impacted. So this helped us because we received everything right before this crisis, so it helps us to bridge the period. We got impacted very clearly because we lost 90% of our revenue. But in my view, during the first 2 weeks, everyone was like looking at what is happening, and no one was working. So we put the company at a 50% off time of work to get less salary to pay. And then we wanted to brainstorm with the team. So we are a 12-people team, and we were doing every 2 days some video conferences to discuss about what we can do. And we got this idea of masks. And we found out, so one of my uncle is like a doctor and is like quite high level at the hospitals in Paris. And for instance, he told us, I mean, this data can be really helpful when people will go back out, because when we will leave home and go back in public transports, etc., this won't be as before. And we have to control a bit because we don't want to go back home in 2 months. So when we found out that there was a market, we decided to create the technology to help and the usage to help. So I come back to the word in your question, which is opportunity. I don't want to use this word because our goal is really, I mean, to try and help. I mean, I've seen all of my friends, etc., distributing food to doctors, etc. I mean, to hospitals and to like companies that don't have enough money to use our technology, we give it for free. Our goal is not to like make benefits and to see that as business. Of course, we are a company that try to gain money. I mean, this is as everyone, but the idea right there is that more than opportunity, we wanted to move fast and to see what could be smart with our knowledge. I mean, we've seen that a lot of good stuff were done right before and right during the confinement. We wanted to bring our piece of cake to the world, and we try to do so.
I think you made a great demonstration of your generosity, and Jamal project as well is a good demonstration. I suppose that you should be in contact soon to share data, because I suppose that your data, Xavier, would be interesting for the simulation of the PRAIRIE Institute. So. Congrats to you. It's now time for a question, and first I'd like to let a special guest speak about his project. Now it's Viqar Shariff. Viqar, you are online? Oops. Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Viqar, you are the Chief Strategy Officer at Loop AI. Good morning, because you are in New York City.
That's right. Thank you. Good morning or good afternoon to you.
Yeah, can you please tell us in 2 words what offers Loop AI Labs?
Yeah, so Loop AI Labs is a artificial intelligence platform company. We are principal competitor is somebody like IBM Watson. So we provide the platform level layer that takes care of the artificial intelligence processing, mostly right now of textual data, which through the use of APIs can then be utilized to build RPAs on top of to get to specific use cases.
And what is your experience of AI adoption during the crisis?
Yeah, so what we've seen, so we are a company that focuses right now on large enterprise clients, and our biggest client is BNL, which is BNP Paribas Italian operations, and accounts for their second largest regional presence. And so we had been working with them prior to the pandemic on automation tools for a variety of different functions, but mostly involving back office, customer support, loan underwriting, and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so since the pandemic, we've actually seen two things. I mean, one, we've seen an acceleration in their desire to further the existing tools that we were working on, driven in large part because the workforce isn't available to the same degree. But secondly, we've been asked to develop specific tools to respond to new types of issues that have come up since the pandemic.
And how did you manage to do it so quickly?
Well, for one, we were already embedded. That was helpful. But two, they just saw a really drastic increase in the volume of questions regarding how COVID-19 impacted their loan products. Mm-hmm. And so because of the really massive amount of inquiries, we were able to build out a model very quickly that responded to those inquiries and provided responses to questions that allowed for automation of 70% of the incoming request for information. And what we are currently working with them on is now moving to the second set of questions that come up, because I mean, in the initial question, it may be, am I allowed to not make a payment on my loan? And if you answer yes to that, then the next question is, what do I need to do? And that just leads to more follow-on questions.
Excellent. So I understood that Loop AI Labs recently decided to hire talents for its engineering team in Paris region. Can you explain this choice to scale your business in Europe?
Absolutely. So we've always looked at Europe as being, in general, kind of our principal marketplace to start, and that's largely because our platform is language agnostic, so it works across multiple languages without the need for us to re-engineer in any way. And so our founder is Italian, so we started in Italy, but we always looked at France as being the logical next step, and especially given our relationship with BNL and the BNP Paribas group. Okay. So in order to accelerate our ability to take advantage of that relationship and expand it to a broader set of companies in France, we started to build up the team in Paris specifically. So we've placed our first engineer in in Paris, and you know, she's great. She's like extremely well qualified. I mean, she works remotely right now on you know, like anything
anyone.
we have going across, like everyone across the world. And then we have an open listing for someone to help us out on the sales side, to be a little bit more of a customer facing person to go out there and help us close those deals. So
really, thank you, Viqar, for this testimonial. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you very much. So this can maybe create some new questions from the audience, and it's time now for question and answer. So I have a first question. It's about the AI pack. This AI pack is, of course, an important tool for you to make the most of the Paris region support schemes. So let me find these slides. No, this one. So Paris region AI pack is available and open now to any Paris region SMEs and mid-caps. It will be open until the end of 2021. So this AI pack is an opportunity for small businesses to experiment AI systems on their own data and using a platform that is given especially for the occasion. And it's also go with expertise so that the SME is not alone. The technological system is supplied by a panel of different companies, and this could be you as a foreign company, as soon as you set up in Paris region and be involved in one of the two clusters or club called Datakalab or Hub France IA. That's what I wanted to say. So another question about the AI challenge for health. Will other topics than oncology will be supported with the health challenge? No, this will be essentially about oncology, but the exact topic and the exact branch of oncology, which is a very wide area, is not yet determined. So please just follow the news about it. It will open on November. I just wanted to finish with a short message about our website. So follow our news and discover our services in several languages. It's just an extract of our German website. It's available in different languages. And don't hesitate to follow one of our social media like this to have the latest news. So thank you very much for attending this webinar, and I hope you will enjoy also the different news we have about how to hire talents in Paris region. This is on the different media that we have. Thank you very much.